We have been told that love is measured in hours. That being a good presence requires a calendar we simply do not possess. We carry the guilt of the hours lost to work, to chores, to exhaustion. But what if the clock is lying to us? We often wait for the perfect window, that mythical hour of pure, undivided attention. We tell ourselves, I will connect when I am less exhausted. When the emails stop, when the house is quiet. So we wait, and the waiting itself becomes a barrier, a wall made of later and not yet. We treat connection like a project to be finished, another item on a list that is already too long. To a child, time isn't a resource to be managed. They don't have a clock in their heads counting the minutes we should be playing. They don't need a grand production. They don't need the perfect afternoon. They just need to know that, for a heartbeat, you are truly there. Connection isn't something you do. It is a frequency you tune into, even when your battery is low. What if the pressure you feel is a pressure they never asked for? What if you are allowed to simplify? We have been conditioned to believe that our value is tied to our output. That if we are not actively doing, we are failing. But your presence has a value that isn't measured by your energy levels. Children do not need a superhero. They do not need a version of you that never gets tired, or a version that has all the answers. They are looking for the person, not the performance. When we stop trying to make up for lost time, we finally become available for the time that is actually happening right now. In this breath, in this very room. We spend so much energy looking for more time, that we often miss the small windows that are already open. Connection doesn't wait for a cleared schedule. It is in the look you give them while you're pouring the water. It's in the way you exhale when they sit next to you on the couch. It is a quiet, I see you, that costs no energy at all. You can be exhausted and still be present. You can have a heavy heart and still offer a soft gaze. Connection isn't about strength. It's about honesty. Children are not critics. They are not waiting for you to perform, to entertain, or to solve all their problems. They are simply observers. What they truly long for is the space to be themselves, knowing you are a quiet anchor nearby. Your stillness gives them permission to explore, to feel, to simply exist. We often rush to fix their sadness, or fill their boredom. But sometimes, the most profound connection comes from simply holding the space for whatever they are experiencing. Their inner world is rich and complex. They are constantly processing, dreaming, wondering, and sometimes, the greatest gift we can give them is a silent witness. A connection doesn't have to be a roaring bonfire of activity. Sometimes, it's just a tiny, consistent spark. A small, knowing light that says, I see you there. And in those quiet moments, something shifts within you too. The pressure eases. You remember that your own need for quiet connection is just as valid. In the next few minutes, we are not going to ask anything of you. There are no tasks here, no lists to finish, no new methods to master. This video is a sanctuary for the tired caregiver, a place to unlearn the idea that connection is a chore. We are here simply to notice the love that is already present. We will spend this time together observing the small, invisible threads that tie us to our children. Not the big events, but the tiny, quiet pulses of belonging. You don't need to become a different person to be enough for them. You don't need more energy than you have right now. You just need to be willing to look. We are going to explore the micro moments. Those 5-second windows where the world stops, and for a brief heartbeat, you and your child are in the same rhythm. No instructions, no, try this, just awareness. Let these images and words wash over you. There is nowhere else you need to be. The first micro moment is often hidden in the transitions. The moment they wake up, or the second you walk through the door after work. We think we have to catch up to their energy. But connection often happens when we stay still and let them find their orbit around our calm. It's the hand on the shoulder while they watch TV. The 5-second hair brushing. It requires no words and no extra time. Just the intention of the touch. Even in the rush of the kitchen, or the chaos of chores, there is a version of you that is observing. A version that sees the smallness of their hands against the fruit. When you stop thinking about the next task, your frequency aligns with theirs. For 20 seconds, you are both just here, in the same room, in the same breath. Notice the power of simply turning your body, not leaving your work, not stopping your life, just turning your heart toward them for a single, intentional moment. Sometimes, connection is as simple as breathing at the same pace. Sitting near them while they play, and letting your breath settle into the rhythm of theirs. These moments are like ripples. They feel small when they happen, but they travel deep. They build a foundation of safety that hours of distracted play could never create. Take a moment now to breathe into that realization. You have already been enough, many times today, without even knowing it. The hardest part isn't finding the time. It's silencing the noise, the endless list of shoulds that hums in the background of every moment. You don't have to make the noise stop to connect. You just have to acknowledge it. And then, gently, look past it. Like looking through a window, despite the dust on the glass. Your presence is an umbrella. Underneath it, The noise of the world doesn't vanish, it just doesn't matter as much for a little while. We often live in the later. I'll be there later, we'll play later. But for a child, later is a place that doesn't exist. They only know now. Reclaiming the now doesn't mean stopping your life. It just means choosing to see the person in front of you before the later pulls you away again. It is a choice of focus, not a choice of task. You are still the same busy, tired person, but for 10 seconds, your focus is a gift. Think of it like tuning a radio. You are shifting through the static of your worries until you find the clear signal of their voice, their laugh, or their silence. Connection doesn't always need words. Sometimes, the noise stops simply because you chose to sit in the same silence. No pressure to speak, no pressure to do. In this world that demands speed, choosing to go slow for 1 minute is an act of love. For them, and for you. We often spend the moments we do have, grieving the moments we missed. We carry the guilt of the lost hours like a heavy anchor, dragging it into the present. But connection is like a river. It doesn't stop because you looked away for a moment. It is always there, flowing, waiting for you to simply step back into the water. Forgive yourself for the times you were too tired. For the times you said, "Not now." Those moments didn't break the bond. They just made you human. They don't hold on to the no from an hour ago. They are always ready for the yes of right now. You don't have to earn your way back into their world. The door is never locked. You don't need a grand apology, just a quiet return to the present. You can return with empty hands. You don't need a toy, a game, or a plan. Your empty, available hands are exactly what they've been waiting for. We have been taught to measure quality by what we achieve. But in the world of play and bond, quality is simply the feeling of being truly seen. Even when you are busy, your love casts a shadow over them. It is a constant presence, a background hum of safety that they feel even when you are in the other room. Trust the bond you have already built. It is stronger than your bad days. It is deeper than your exhaustion. It is built to last. Connection is the sum of small things. A nod, a smile, a shared silence over a bowl of cereal. These are the bricks of a cathedral. A perfect parent is a statue, still and cold. A connected parent is like the grass, moving with the wind, bending with the fatigue, but always rooted in love. To them, you are not a list of mistakes. You are the person who smells like home. You are the light they see when they close their eyes to sleep. Building a bond is not a grand event. It is the slow work of adding one tiny twig of attention at a time. Some days you add more, some days less. Both are okay. The nest is still being built. Even if you feel distant today, remember the tide. It goes out, but it always, inevitably, comes back. Your connection has its own rhythm. You don't have to force it. Just wait for the water to return. You don't need to see the whole path tonight. You just need enough light for the next 5 minutes. Focus on the next bedtime. The next morning hug. That is where the magic lives. Sometimes, connection is just being in the same orbit. You in the kitchen, they on the floor. The air between you is filled with the quiet knowledge that you are simply together. Even when the sun sets on a hard day, the warmth remains in the walls of your home. Every time you choose presence over perfection, you plant a seed of safety in their heart. You are a harbor. A harbor doesn't chase the ships. It simply stays still, glowing with light. You are doing the work by just being that harbor. Always steady, always waiting for them to come home. We think of love as something we must do. But love is also a state of being. A state of, I am here, and I am yours. Let the relief wash over you. The pressure to be more is fading. What remains is just you, and the child who loves you exactly as you are. Take this feeling with you, not as a new task, but as a quiet permission. You are enough. You have always been enough. As I created this video for you, I found myself walking the same path of reflection. This is the longest, most personal piece I have ever made. I know it isn't perfect. I know there are flaws. But I am sharing it with you as an act of honesty, because my journey is just like yours. My motto has always been, I learn as long as I live. This video is part of my learning. It is my growth, offered to yours. Thank you for trusting me with your time. Thank you for your patience with my mistakes. I hope you found a moment of peace here. Now, go back to your day, not with a list of things to change, but with eyes that see the connection that is already there. Wait for the small moments. They are coming, and you are ready for them.